Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Law of Attraction training for our personal development section. Um, what we're going to be doing here in this video is going over the basics of the Law of Attraction. And the reason we're just going to be going over the basics is because there's a lot of information out there about the Law of Attraction, and we're going to even recommend some that you can learn about. And another reason is because a lot of you already have been learning about it and have been applying it, and it already brought you here, and a lot of you are already knowledgeable about it. And even if you don't realize if you applied the law of attraction or not, and you're here, you actually did apply it because you thought about, hey, I want a better life, or the world needs to be a better place, or I want to live my career or something. I want to figure myself out and what I love to do, or something that effect. And this is what brought came into your existence. So a lot of you, every one of you have already applied the law of attraction, and it already brought you here, and a lot of you have already been learning it. So what we're going to be doing here is going over some basics and how to apply the law of attraction, and I'm also going to go over some kind of elements, some key elements to the law of attraction that I think are going to help make it easier for a lot of you guys, and a lot easier to understand. And I think it's going to take a lot of time out of the equation as well, so that you can apply it better, and you can manifest and create what it is you're looking to create a whole lot faster. Okay, so first off, the way you apply the law of attraction is you think about what you want and feel good as if you already have it, and you'll be given the ideas, people, situations, and circumstances to help you create the things that you desire. And one of the first elements to this is, and this is where I think a lot of people get tripped up, is when they're thinking about the law of attraction and what they want, they're actually thinking about what they don't want. And let's take money for example. A lot of people are thinking, "Man, I wish I had more money. I wish I had more money." Well, that's basically saying I don't have enough money because you're saying I wish I had more money. You need to be thankful to have more money, and thankful to know that there's more ways to make money, and they're going to come into you, and that you don't need to know how, but the universe is going to bring it in, and you're going to find a way to make money. But you can't sit here and think of, how am I going to pay my bills? Oh, I can't pay my bills. And most people are worrying about money, and even when they're applying the law of attraction, they're thinking it's not going to come in. So one of the main nuances is to think about what you want and feel really good as if you already have it, and to kind of get in that spot of belief. And I think one of the things when people trip up on that, and then they don't believe and they don't feel good, is they're trying to go from one extreme to the other, and maybe they're feeling bad about it, and maybe they need to feel a little bit better, and then a little bit better, until finally they're feeling good. So you kind of want to move up that scale and watch if you're feeling good or not, and don't try to go from one extreme to another. Just kind of ease yourself into feeling good. If you're depressed and you're stressed and overwhelmed because you don't have money, it's going to be hard to believe, and maybe you need to go from anger, depression, to anger, to frustration, to acceptance, to finally feeling good, and opening up another way to work things out. Because you want to move up that scale, and work on feeling good and thinking about what you want instead of what you don't want. Okay, so that's one of the nuances, and we're going to help you out with that as well as we go along through this training. So don't worry too much about it, but mainly just focus on thinking about what you do want and not what you don't want. Okay, so one of the other main elements, that's one of the main elements of the law of attraction. You really want to think about what you want and not what you don't want. Okay, don't think about, oh, I don't want to get cheated on ever again. You're going to get cheated on again. Think, I want a faithful partner that I can get along with, and that's what you want to focus on. I don't want someone who's out of shape. No, you want someone who's healthy and fit and in shape, and thinks like you do, and is on the same page with you, that you're compatible with. All right. So think about what you do want and not about what you don't want. Now, the second element, and we've kind of touched on this already, the main element is feeling good when it comes to law of attraction. You want to feel really good when you're applying law of attraction. And I already mentioned this, and I'm going to put a little more emphasis on this, is you need to work yourself up the scale. If you're feeling really bad, you can't go from feeling really bad to euphoric and I have already what I want. Maybe you can, but that's going to be difficult, and it's probably going to cause a lot of anxiety. So what I would do is, we're going to show you some techniques. In fact, I would do the meditation, the TFT, and the energy healings. Maybe go for a walk and do things to feel a little better. And there's a lot of things you can do to get feeling good and to work on that. So that's one of the main elements as well. Think about what you do want and then work on feeling good as if you already have it. And we have a lot of tools for you to use to do that. Now there's another element I want to say when it comes to the law of attraction. And you're going to practice at this and learn at this, and you're going to get in this state where you're feeling really good, as if you already have what you want. And at that point, it's very important to act on these ideas, situations, and circumstances, and to get involved in them, and to work on feeling good as best you can while you're doing them. Because I think when people apply the law of attraction, it gets to a point where the ideas, people, situations, and circumstances come in, but it gets it gets kind of overwhelming. The world's not sunshine and rainbows, and you're applying the law of attraction, you have hope, but you still got to pay your bills. And you still got to work and maintain your life, and the people around you might be pessimistic and saying, oh, that's all silly, law of attraction doesn't work, and dragging you down. At this point, for some people, this, they apply this and this doesn't happen, and they just live their dream. But for some people, it gets very discouraging, and like I said, you got to maintain your life, and you're applying it. Most people are applying it for a reason, because their life's not so great, and maybe the people around them, like I said, are dragging them down. Now, at this point, I think this can be very discouraging for a lot of people. And this is where people can get depressed and not feel so good. And this is why I kind of emphasized on feeling a little bit better until you're back feeling good and in the vortex. That's what one of our teachers that I listen to says, Abraham. And you're feeling good and you're back feeling good and in the vortex. But there's also and then another missing element to this as well, as you can feel good and kind of get back in the vortex, but you could be working on this feeling good thing for a very long time. And you could be working on, and you could be procrastinating and letting these ideas and people and situations and circumstances overwhelm you. And this is what I want to say, my main third element, to the I believe, to making the law of attraction work, is if you're overwhelmed and you're depressed and you have all this stuff coming into you, and things aren't looking good, and people are pessimistic, and you're having a very hard time, bills are having to be paid, and you're very overwhelmed, you don't know what to do. This is where you kind of gotta go into a little tunnel almost, and kind of focus on what you really need to do, and kind of work on these ideas and these people and these situations and these circumstances until you have accomplished where you want to be, until you kind of have a platform and you're where you want to be. And that's one of the things that we're really helping with here, is building your platform. And there's a reason for that, and I want to give you this example. Whenever an actor or any person who's successful at applying the law of attraction, it seems like they go into kind of an intense, almost a learning stage, where they got to figure everything out and kind of build themselves up to a certain point, to where till the law of attraction works out for them. Jim Carrey did this, for example. He wrote down a $10 million check and said, I'm going to manifest this $10 million check. And then he worked on it, and he learned acting, and he became the best actor he could, and he kind of worked on the ideas, people, situations, and circumstances. He's putting in, I'm sure he's applying for places and looking around and becoming a better actor. And then finally it manifested, and he got Ace Ventura and became $10 million and became rich and successful. And that's how he applied it. And I think everybody kind of goes through that phase where you got to kind of learn yourself and figure out what it is for you. And then you got to build that platform. Let's say a musician, they're going to have to work on their music for long enough. When they apply it, brings it in and says, hey, this is my instrument. I love this instrument. And I love playing this. But now you're playing it and you're loving it and you're getting good at it. And there's kind of a little period where you figure that all out and build yourself up. And then, that's when everything comes in and things start to come to life. And that's the same with if you're everything. If you're a teacher, you got to learn about your subject. If you're, into science, it's the same thing. If you're into woodworking, maybe you got to practice woodworking and build a few things to show people. And that's when the law of attraction kind of starts to work itself out, when you apply it and these things come in and you go into that period and kind of work it out and build things up. And you ignore that pessimism and you kind of do what you got to do. And then you have your platform. And that's kind of when the law of attraction applies itself. Maybe you applied to the law of attraction and it's, hey, write a book. Okay, well, now you got to read some books and learn about what book you want to write and work on that and reflect on all of that and work on writing, and then the book will be written. So it's kind of a period where you kind of got to buckle down and do what you got to do and kind of zone into your task and figure all that out. And that's kind of one of the other missing elements I want to say is to the law of attraction, is that little period where you work and build something up that you can show people and say, okay, this is what I'm into and stuff, and this is what I do. And instead of kind of convincing others of, oh, law of attraction, duh, you should look at this or whatever. So you'll go from convincing others to showing others what you've done once you apply the law of attraction. All right, so that's kind of some little pointers to the law of attraction that I've noticed that make it work. And I'm going to give you one more pointer to making the law of attraction work that I think is a very, very important thing. And that's to take time out of the equation. Now, a lot of people, they apply the law of attraction, they start feeling good, and they start going, stuff's not showing up. Well, you got to give it time. And you got to just go into that period I talked about and let the universe kind of work that out and bring it in when it's ready. Let it take the time it's going to take. It's not necessarily going to happen overnight. That happens for very few people. So let it take the time it's going to take. Don't give yourself anxiety. Keep feeling good. And if one door closes, another opens. So don't necessarily think that I have to do it this way or that way, because there's plenty of doors for you to walk through and to experience. So take the time out and relax about it all and apply it. And everything should be working out just fine. Like I said, you've already applied it. Everything should work out fine because you've already applied it and it brought you here. And we've really set this up so that we can work through everything with you. And we're gonna help you with a lot of this. We're gonna help you build that platform. That's one of the main things why we focus on this platform, because we've already set it up so you know what you want to do. If you've done that How to Live the Life You've Always Wanted training, and that's going to show you what you want to do, and then we're teaching you to apply law of attraction and to feel good and remove these blocks and to make this as smooth as possible, so that you can come in here and set up this platform and you don't have to wander around and go to all the libraries and the big bookstores and everywhere else. You kind of have everything you need right here. So you just got to find that motivation and get on the site and keep moving and keep building it, and we kind of got you on the rest of the way. And before you know it, your platform's going to be set up, and you're going to be doing really well and showing it to people, and they're going to be into whatever it is you're doing. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this video. Let's go ahead, and I guess we'll go ahead and end it. Let's go over the key elements really quick. You're going to apply the law of attraction. You're going to think about what you want instead of what you do want. Or don't want, excuse me. You're going to think about what you do want instead of what you don't want. And you're going to feel really good as if you already have it. And then you're going to get the ideas, people, situations, and circumstances to act on. And when you do that, you got to act on these ideas, people, situations, and circumstances. And most people kind of go through a period where they focus on that and kind of buckle down period and set things up. And then the law of attraction, it kind of breaks through, and things start manifesting. And also, take time out of the equation. Don't take too long with the law of attraction when you're applying it. Don't rush it. Don't give yourself anxiety. Take the time it's going to take. Take whatever time you have. If you need to take a nap, take a nap. If you're overwhelmed. Don't you're overwhelmed. Don't pressure yourself, and do what you got to do. But always remember, you can come in here and kind of, if you need to move, you can come in here and work on things. And generally, when you do, kind of force yourself to buckle down and move towards things, you feel better. So that's pretty much it. Go ahead and apply it, and think about what you do want instead of what you don't want. And don't worry about how long it's going to take. And make sure to act on your ideas, people, situations, and circumstances. Okay, so that's it for this video. And in the next one, we're going to show you how to do some affirmations. And so you're going to automatically be thinking about what you do want instead of what you don't want. And you're not going to have to worry about things. And we're going to move this along and start making this much more effective. Okay, so that's it for this video, and go ahead and move on to the next one.